Hi guys, how's it going? My name is Anife. For those of you that don't know me, for those of you that do, hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. For today's video, we are doing a full face of Rare Beauty. And honestly, I love Rare Beauty. This is a video I've been wanting to film forever, so I'm so happy to finally be doing it. Let's get into it because we all hate long intros. We're going in with primer first. This is the Illuminating primer. I actually really like this primer. It just feels really good on the skin, and it also gives me such a nice glow. I know she has a pore filling primer as well. I haven't tried that one yet, but I have heard really good things. Just look at this glow. Such a good primer. Next up is the, what is the full name of this? Just says foundation, but I do think it's called like the Weightless something foundation. Just a quick thing, I know a lot of people hate on this foundation. Personally, the few times that I've used it, I have loved it. And it's interesting because people always rave about the tinted moisturizer, which personally isn't my favorite. I didn't like that very much, but this one I do like. So it just goes to show how makeup is different for everyone. Sometimes you love a product that other people hate. Sometimes you hate a product that other people love. But let me go ahead and show you how this looks on the skin. Now, this is a medium coverage but buildable liquid foundation. And what I love about it is the serum-like feel. It definitely feels very breathable and weightless on the skin. I'm just using a BK Beauty 101 brush to blend that out, and it just blends out very easily and it looks like skin, which I love. With the negative reviews I've seen of this foundation, typically people say that it just breaks apart after a few hours of wear. Personally, I haven't had that happen, but I haven't worn it for over 5 hours, I don't think. So maybe if I wore it a little bit longer, I would see that happen too. But for the 5 hours that I've worn it, it looks pretty good. I'm having a pretty bad rash flare up today, which I don't know if the camera's picking it up because it's like very small bumps, but this is covering it up pretty well. Okay, now that I'm looking at it in the mirror, I think the skincare you have on underneath really makes a difference because it is looking a little bit weird on my skin right now. I'm not sure what I did differently this time compared to all the other times. Okay, I'm not sure if the camera's gonna pick this up, but do you see how it's like, I don't know, looking a little bit patchy, kind of sitting weird on the skin? I don't know what's happening. I've used this like 5 other times and it looked so good. I'm starting to think it is the skincare underneath. I really don't know, but I don't know what else could be different. Like, I used the same brush and everything. Anyway, let's move on and try out the concealer. I actually have not tried this yet. Okay, the packaging is the same as the foundation and the blushes, which I really love. Oh, but the applicator is different. Look at that. My nails are so ugly, by the way. Please ignore. I just ripped them all off and they are hurting. Some of them were falling off, some of them were still on, and that drives me crazy, so they just had to go. Just gonna go right in. So far the formula feels good. I might have picked up too light of a shade, but we'll see how that goes. I actually really wanted to pick up the eye brightener as well, but it is just always sold out in my shade. So once I find that in my shade, we'll do a review. I'm just gonna add a little bit on my chin and forehead as well. By the way, the foundation is in the shade 180W and the concealer is 130N. I'm just gonna go in with a sponge and blend that out. Okay, the concealer is actually looking really good under the eyes. I was worried the same thing would happen with like as the foundation, but the concealer is kind of slaying. It feels really similar to the foundation though. It is very weightless and serum-like. Next, we are bronzing the face with the bronzer stick. This is in the shade Happy Soul. I used to take the stick and just apply it directly to my face, but I find it just blends a lot better when you use a brush. And I'm just patting that into the skin. Whoa, I may have applied a little bit too much, so we're just gonna disperse that all around my face. But as you can see, it is blending a lot better with the brush. Okay, what did I do? Why did I apply so much product? It is blending really well though. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but the first time I tried that, one of my complaints was that it didn't blend as effortlessly as other products. But the trick is to just do it the way Selena does and apply it with a brush. But maybe apply a little bit less than I did because I really went crazy with it apparently. I'm actually gonna take my foundation brush and just kind of go over that. But yeah, blending really nice and it's giving me such a beautiful like sun-kissed glow. Now let's go in with a little bit of product on the nose as well. So I used a BK Beauty 113 to apply the product to my face, and now I'm using a BK Beauty 205 just to apply it to my nose. in case anyone is wondering. Now it's time for everyone's favorite blush, the tried and true Rare Beauty liquid blush. These are amazing. Again, the first time I tried this, I didn't love it. I don't know if I applied it after powder or what it was, but you get so much pigment out of these and you can see that I've used up that much. I have so much blush, so when I like use up this much of a product, you know it's good. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply that. This is in the shade Bliss, by the way. This shade is so underrated. No one talks about this shade. And I'm also gonna apply some of this liquid luminizer actually. This is in the shade Transcend. And now I'm just blending that out with the BK Beauty 112 brush, and just look at how beautiful that color looks. And mixed with the liquid luminizer, it is just stunning and so glowy. Now we're setting everything in place with the loose powder. This is in the shade Light, by the way. I actually love the packaging on this because powders are so messy, but with this one you just kind of like open it up and the powder comes out of those little holes. Then you can just close it so you're not getting powder everywhere. I'm just picking that up with a powder puff and tapping off the excess product on the palm of my hand. And now we are just going straight in. Just patting the product in. What I like about this powder too is that it kind of has like a pink undertone, which is really nice and brightening. It's also kind of blurring my pores, but it really doesn't look powdery. I'm kind of like slapping on a lot of powder and it doesn't look dry, which is very impressive. Unfortunately, I don't think Miss Selena has blessed us with some powder, blushes, and bronzers, so we're just gonna go right ahead and do eyes. I actually don't have any of her brow products either, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do those off camera. I will be right back, and then we'll get to eyes. For eyeshadow, unfortunately, I don't have any of the palettes, but I do have this gorgeous liquid eyeshadow. The shade is so pretty. It is in the shade Nearly Rose. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that to my lids. Look at how pretty that color is. And now I'm just blending that out with a brush. It honestly blends like a dream. Look how quickly and easily that blended out. I really like using this as a base for like a pink shadow look, or just on its own. It's so pretty as well. I actually think I'm going to go in with a little bit more just because I did use a very little amount, but I kind of want more color and just to see how like bright we can get the color. And again, we're just going to blend that out. You also kind of have like a while to play around with it before it dries down, which I like. I hate when a product dries down way too fast and then you're kind of stuck with like whatever shape you like placed it on your eyelid in. I don't have any other like eyeshadow products, so we're going in with eyeliner now, and I'm gonna just say right before we even get into this, this is one of the easiest eyeliners I've ever used. In terms of like accessibility, she really outdid herself with these products. Ooh, why are my eyes watering? They can't be watering right now. What is happening? Look how easy that was, aside from me tearing up almost. Can't forget about the inner corner. Time for mascara. This is the Perfect Strokes mascara. This is actually such a good product as well. It just gives my lashes such volume and length. And the brush is really nice too. Okay, this is how the lashes are looking with and without. I didn't even curl my lashes. Okay, we're almost done. We are moving on to lips. I picked up the lip liner. This is in the shade Talented, I believe. I hope it's not too light for my skin tone, but I'm pretty pale right now, so it should be okay. And we're just gonna go right in. It's a really pretty nude color, which if you know me, you know I love a good nude. The difference between an overlined lip and a not overlined lip is crazy. Okay, it's retractable, which I love. It's also a really good formula. It's super creamy, applies really well, it just glides on the lip. And I think the shade is perfect. I was worried it would be a little bit too light, but it looks beautiful on the lips. I don't have a lipstick, unfortunately. I really wish I picked one up now. I'm regretting not picking one up, but I do have a little lip gloss. This is in the shade Nearly Apricot. And I really like the wand because it gives you a lot of precision actually with where you're applying the gloss. And we're just applying that to the lips. This is a very pretty shade actually, and I really like the formula. It feels very hydrating on the lips. Look at how juicy my lips look. Love that. I wish I had this in more of like a nude shade too, but this is a really pretty shade. And now we are on to our last and final step. This is the, what's the full name of this? Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. I'm just being very generous with it. And I do like how this smells. It's very refreshing. Just a quick thing about this mist. Typically what I look for in a setting spray is something that can make my makeup transfer proof, because I don't want it like rubbing off on like a shirt or something, you know what I mean? Like you guys know, I love my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray and the One Size. They are both so good. But what I really do like about this one is that it just makes your makeup look really nice. It gives it such a beautiful radiance, and it gets rid of any powderiness that may have occurred during the makeup process. So I do love reaching for this when I want that like radiance back. I just typically tend to go over it with another setting spray that gives me that like transfer proof formula that I need. And that is actually everything. Rare Beauty is one of my favorite makeup brands. I think Selena does such a good job with not only the formulation, but just making the packaging very easy to use. And another thing I appreciate, don't get me wrong, it is still not affordable, but if you look at other brands in Sephora, Rare Beauty does tend to be more on the affordable side. But yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. I love chatting with you guys in the comments. Oh, and don't forget to let me know if you want another full face of like whatever. I always am looking for suggestions on what to film. If you like this vibe, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, love you.